Hi and welcome to week 2 of Heartfelt Resilience. So this week we're taking the approach that now that we know where our sanctuary is and how we can find our way deep into ourselves to reconnect with safety and rest, the idea is that once we've recharged, there's also the invitation to gently kind of step back out. So maybe not going completely all the way into the spaces that felt us leaving or left us feeling so tired and maybe worn out. But how do we tentatively step back into engaging with life and the world around us in a way that allows us to take it very easy and very soft so that we can really see how things make us feel. So it's the idea of curiosity and trust. So that as you put your feet out into a new space, there is also a moment where we go, how does this affect my energy? Does this drain me? Does this pull me down? Or does this space allow me to maintain my energy? Does it give me energy back? So that's what we're exploring in today's movement session. So during this week, feel free to do this session as often as you like. Maybe not right before you go to bed. It would be better to do it after work or in the mornings as a way of getting your energy maybe focused on the world around you. So let's get started by coming into a child's pose. So a simple child's pose with the toes together, the knees a little bit wider, hips down on your heels. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always put a pillow or a block or a blanket in between your heels and your buttocks. Forearms come down, elbows on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, drop your forehead all the way down to the mat. And if it feels tight in your shoulders, let your elbows swing out a little bit wider, so that most of the head comes down, or most of the weight of the head comes down through your forehead, and you feel the weight kind of resting in your third eye area. Here we take slow deep breaths, allowing everything to soften. And notice if your weight naturally sinks more towards the left or the right, and just seeing if you can take a few deep breaths to even it out. Today we move from a place of sanctuary and we move into spaces of curiosity and trust. So a trust of knowing ourselves, knowing that we can always move back into sanctuary when we need, but also cultivating that energy of curiosity that allows us to explore and to engage with the world around us, but maybe through fresh eyes. So looking at everything slightly different and looking at everything through the lens of how does this affect my energy. So on the next inhalation, gently slide your hands forward so that you straighten the arms out and the elbows begin to lift off the mat. So as you stretch your arms forward and the elbows lift, you'll find your spine begins to lengthen. And rather than being in a place of rest and sanctuary, there is the sense of curiosity. How tall can I lengthen myself out? Maybe the belly begins to engage by drawing the navel up and in towards the body. And then on the next exhalation, the right elbow drops to the floor, the left elbow lifts a little bit higher, and we gaze out from underneath the left armpit. Inhaling to center, and then exhale, we switch to the opposite side. So we'll move a few more times with our breath. So inhalation, both elbows lifted. Exhale, right elbow drops, lift higher through the left. Inhaling to center.
And then exhaling, lift through the right. So this is both exploration in the sense of looking out beyond your sanctuary, but also exploring what the upper body can do, what space you can find here. Doing one more towards the right to finish. And then inhale, coming to center. Allow yourself to gaze forward. And if you're on the front of your mat, at this point you might want to move yourself back so your toes are towards the bottom. And then on the inhalation, as we look forward, we push into our hands, we slide our elbows wide, draw the chest forward, come onto our belly, lift into Cobra like you're just peeking out. And then exhale, push through the hands, come back, child's pose, sanctuary. A few more times. Inhale, allow yourself to come forwards. Gently lift your head up to notice what's around. And then exhale, pushing back, child's pose. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, drawing forward. Waking up the spine and the nervous system to be more alert. And to gently focus our energy outwards. Inhale brings us forward. And exhale pushes us back. Last one. Inhale pulls us forward. And then exhale, pushing back. Take one more deep breath here, where once again you soften the elbows and the spine. And then on the next inhalation, come forward and allow yourself to rest onto your belly. So here we'll move through a gentle chest opening flow to open the heart so that we can really check in where we are by how we feel. So looking down towards the floor, tops of the feet flat. As you exhale, you slide your right hand closer. You roll onto your left shoulder for a moment. Then you roll yourself back. Again, to the other side, this time towards the left. And inhale to center. Exhale towards the other arm. We'll do a few more here. And just feel yourself stretching gently into the chest. You don't need to stay too long. Just a gentle opening release for spine and shoulder. Good, and then we'll do one more to each side, and this time we'll hold a bit longer. So head can rest down, opposite hand to the floor, taking 3 deep breaths. Having explored the space, knowing that it is accessible to you, and taking 3 deep breaths here with a trusting, open energy. One last breath. And then we move ourselves to the opposite side. And again, taking 3 deep breaths. So allow your rib cage to move, allow your hip to open. One last deep, trusting breath. And then rolling back onto your belly. From here, push yourself up, allowing yourself to come a little bit more into the space. Allowing yourself to take up a little bit more room. And just taking nice circles here in the one direction. And then changing sides, taking circles in the opposite direction.
On the next inhalation, move through your cow pose. And then as you exhale, move into your cat pose. Inhaling cow. And exhaling cat. And then inhaling cow. And exhaling cat. Taking the knees underneath the hips. On the inhalation, we extend our left leg out towards the back. Toes point towards the floor. Heel reaches out. Take a deep breath in as you look forwards, and you actively kick your heel back to take up a lot of space. Hips are level. And then as you exhale, knee to nose or as close as you can get. And inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Last one, exhale, knee to nose. And then gently step left foot forward in between your hands. On the inhalation, push your chest forward. Feel the body open a little bit more, letting your head and your chin and your collarbones rise. Seeing how that feels to be a little bit more open, spacious in the body, how that affects your awareness. And just taking 2-3 more breaths to feel that you're still safe in this more expansive energy. Take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, straighten the front leg. And inhale, bend the knee, lift through the chest. Exhale, reach it back, stretch through that front leg. And then inhale, lift through the chest. Before exhale, last time, stretch out through the front leg. Good. As you inhale, come back forwards. Ground your right hand down next to your left foot. And then as you inhale, open up. And as you exhale, bring it down. Inhale as you lift and open up. And exhale as you bring it down. Last one. Inhale as you lift it up. Holding one more deep breath. And then as you inhale, lift both your arms up. From here, backhand switches to back leg. Stretch up through your right fingertips, feeling a long stretch through the front side of the body. And then as you exhale, elbow comes across and over the knee. Where we close the belly, we look over our back shoulder. Maybe the eyes can stay open. Gaze is soft as you take in everything where you are, and take 3 deep breaths here. So it really is a sense of awareness of being in the body, but also body being in space of where you find yourself, and feeling yourself safe but curious as to what this brings up for you. One more deep breath. And then inhale, briefly bring yourself into a nice crescent lunge. And then exhale, slowly back into table pose. Good. So after all that expansive energy of opening the body and the heart, take a moment to just slowly move through the shoulders and the hips. Allow yourself to move through 1 or 2 rounds of cat and cow. And using this very grounding posture of table, where hands are on the floor, knees and feet are on the floor, to just find yourself back connected to your sense of sanctuary. On the next inhalation, bring the weight onto your left knee and reach your right heel out behind you. So instead of lifting right hip up, bring it down so it's level, which will encourage you to use more of your belly and your hips to provide stability. And then from here, as you exhale, knee and nose connect or as close as they can get. And inhale, heel reaches out, collarbones reach forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, reach it out. From here, step right foot in between the hands. And on the inhalation, we gently lift the chest forwards, leaning a little bit into that front heel to feel space open across the opposite hip. Take 1 or 2 deep breaths. And then as you exhale again, straighten your front leg, let your head drop. Inhale, come forwards, open the belly. Exhale, draw the hips back, straighten the leg, open the back body. Inhale, forwards, lift the chest, open the front body. One last time, exhale, straighten the leg back. Keep it spacious. Taking one more deep breath here. And then as you inhale, come forwards. Ground your left hand next to your right foot. And then on the inhalation, twist to open the chest. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, twist to open. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, twist to open. Take one deep breath here. And then on the inhalation, pop yourself up. Hold for a moment. And then as you exhale, backhand goes to back leg, front arm lifts, stretching a little bit more through the left side of the body. And then as you exhale, bring the elbow across the outside of the knee, hands come into prayer, gazing back, and the same thing here. So soften your gaze, slow your breath. Feel the whole of your body grounded in sanctuary of breath. But allow yourself to be curious about where you are at the same time. So noticing everything around you while keeping your body in full awareness. One more deep breath here. And then as you inhale, take one nice big lunge. And then exhale, hands come down, step the foot back. Again, roll out through the shoulders and the hips and the lower back. And then we'll take the toes under, lift the hips up. Take a nice down dog where we explore the length at the backs of the legs by pushing the heels down one at a time. Slow, deep breathing. Good. And then for a moment, we'll step the feet as wide as the mat. Bring all the weight firmly into your right hand. So push your right hand into the floor. Slide your left hand towards your thigh, your knee, your ankle, your shin. We'll take 3 breaths here on each side. And if you can, draw the hips back into center. Gaze up underneath the armpit. Taking 2 more breaths. And then we switch side. So left hand comes across, right hand goes to left leg, hips into center, moving it from side to side through the neck. Taking 2 more deep breaths. And then moving your hands forward, walking your toes towards your fingers. Inhale as you gaze forwards. And then on the exhalation, slowly bend your knees. Wrap your hands around the backs of your thighs. Shake your head loose. One more deep breath. And then inhale, gaze forward. Lift your heels, sink your hips. And bring yourself all the way onto your back. Allow the knees to bend, allow them to rest together. Hands come onto the belly. And we once again come into that deep Dantian breath that we worked with last week. So hands resting onto the lower pelvis. And really breathe to lift your navel and the space of the pelvis up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, allow yourself to take a little pause here. So really inhale deep. Pause for a moment. And exhale, release. We'll do 5 more breaths like this. With every inhalation, feel your body become lighter. And with every exhalation, feel your body become softer and heavier, settling into the space. If you like, you can open your eyes here. And once again, have a sense of where the body is from head to toe. Feeling the sanctuary of your mat and the sanctuary of your breath. But also feel the expansive space around your body. So where your skin ends, feel yourself extend a little bit further. And allow yourself to be curious about what is happening in this space. So how is your energy interacting with the world around you? Is the space around you giving you energy? Is it taking energy? And often when we're home and we're safe, what we'll find is that it does give us energy, or it does make us feel safe and secure to be here. So let that be a good thing. Let that help you know where you are and where you can find your rest. But also cultivating this awareness so that when you move into different spaces, when you go to work, when you go out, seeing if you can cultivate that space where you always feel grounded in yourself, but able to engage around you. And knowing when you give energy that it's okay, but realizing when it is that perhaps you need to say, okay, this is enough and now I retreat, and come back to your sanctuary to fill your cup. From here you can stretch yourself out in Savasana, legs straight, arms stretched out by your sides. Allow yourself to stay in Savasana for as long as you need. And if you're staying in Savasana another 5 minutes or so, while you breathe, see if you can maintain that energetic connection to everything around you. So feeling very firmly rooted in your body, in your breath. but noticing how the space around you is continuously shifting. For this, we really need to tap into our breath to be present, because very often when we feel uncomfortable, we tap out, we engage in things that make us not notice how a place feels. But I'd like to encourage you to really feel what is happening and to allow it to not overwhelm you, so that you know you have this sense of sanctuary within that you can always tap into. But in being present, you are more in control of your energy. You are more able to take care of yourself in the way that you need. So allow yourself to practice this moment-to-moment awareness so that you can use it in spaces all around, all throughout the day. Thank you so much for joining me for practice. From here, you're welcome to go into Yoga Nidra or carry on with your day as you wish. I look forward to seeing you on the mat again soon. Namaste.